You're sitting in your car in the parking lot at work. Again, you've been here for 15 minutes because you literally cannot make yourself walk through those doors one more time. You're 44 years old. You've been at this job for 13 years. 13 years. You wanted to leave 8 years ago. You knew it wasn't right for you a decade ago. But somehow, year after year, you kept going back. And you're beating yourself up because how? How can you be 44 and still not have figured it out? How did you let this happen? And the worst part, you're Googling career change at 40 all the time for the third year in a row. Same articles, same bookmarks, same absolutely everything, but with nothing happening. Do you ever feel like this? I know I have. And maybe right now you're thinking, but I'm too old. That ship has sailed. I should have figured this out in my 30s, just like everyone else. Or maybe you're thinking, but I have kids. I have a mortgage. I have responsibilities. I can't just start over. Or maybe even, what if I waste more time trying to figure out what I want and I still don't know? Well, let me tell you that voice asking, can you start your life again at 40 when everyone else says it's too late? That's not your fear talking. That's your wisdom. And the fact that you're even asking means you already know the answer, but you're paralyzed. So let me give you the truth that might actually set you free. Hi, I'm Keisha Dent. I'm a certified hypnotherapist. I help women over 40 to step into the next chapter of their life, to get unstuck, to overcome stagnation, find motivation, to make the second half the best part yet. And sorry, I know I haven't been around for a little while, but I definitely wanted to come on and to talk about a question that a lot of people ask. And it is, can I start over at 40 when everyone else says that it's too late? So first thing first, is it too late to start again at 40? So what I want to say is it is too late to get your 30s back. We don't have a time machine, unfortunately. And who needs one, right? But you potentially have 40 plus years ahead of you. The women I work with aren't failing because they started too late. They're suffering because they keep waiting to start. They're 43, telling themselves they're too old. Then they're 48, telling themselves the same thing. And then they're 55, and they spent 12 years saying it's too late instead of actually taking action. The second thing is you don't need more research. And I know research feels safe. Trust me, I get it. I love researching myself. Research feels productive. But the truth about this is if you've been researching constantly for more than 6 months, you already have enough information. What you need now isn't more knowledge. It's permission to move forward even when you don't have all the answers. And thirdly, here's how you actually start over at 40. That Sunday night dread, that's not something to medicate away or something to remind you how messed up you are and how you messed your life up. Trust me, I'm familiar with all of those old, unhelpful thoughts. What that is your body giving you honest feedback. And it's saying the path that you're on right now isn't right for you anymore. And that's valuable information. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to take just one small action today. And I'm not asking you to do this major thing like to quit your job or figure out your entire future. Just one tiny step. You're going to send one email to someone whose work or whose life has interested you, right? Make one phone call. Have one conversation. Sit down and really get honest and serious about what is not working anymore and what you want to see more of in your life. It doesn't have to be grand. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be movement. And here's something important. Your conscious mind might desperately want change, but if your subconscious believes you're not capable of it, or if it's too risky, you'll find yourself stuck no matter how many books you read, no matter how many lists you make, no matter how much you research. All right, so it's important to understand that because that's how your mind works. Your mind is so powerful. It is so incredibly effective, especially when it works with intention, right? Especially when we put it to the best work possible. You might need support addressing those deeper blocks, and that's completely okay. And another question you may ask is, what about my kids? And I see you, and I understand. And this one is something that is challenging and should be taken seriously. But can I be honest with you? Your kids don't need you to sacrifice your soul for them. They need you to show them what it looks like to honor yourself while also honoring your responsibilities. You need to model for them that it is good and okay and right for you to also do what's right for you and take care of yourself so they can also do that when they get older. So right now, they're learning from watching you. They're learning that success means being miserable, right? That dreams end when you become a parent. That Sunday night dread is just part of being a grown-up. And the uncomfortable thing is when you use kids as the reason you can't change, even if you say it out loud, they feel it. They're smart enough. They pick up on that energy. They start to believe that they're the reason mom isn't happy. That's a heavy burden for a child to carry. And I've heard people say that so many times as a hypnotherapist, is that my parent resents me because I kept her stuck. This is something that comes up a lot. It's important to understand that you can honor your responsibilities and pursue your happiness. These things are not mutually exclusive, and it may take some moving of the pieces, and it may take some sacrifice on your part, but it doesn't mean sacrificing your whole self and all of your happiness in order to be a good parent. And what about the financial piece, right? So I know money feels like the biggest obstacle for a lot of people, and I'm not going to minimize that. Financial security matters, especially when you have people depending on you, are very important. But here's what most women who are successful at this do, right? They don't quit and burn everything at once on day one, right? They build a bridge. They build a pathway. They keep their income current while dedicating evenings, weekends, time to building what's coming next. And yes, it could be tiring for a season. Trust me, I get it. As someone who has had multiple different paths going at once, I understand that this can be challenging. But staying in work, staying on a path, staying in a place that completely is not working for you drains your soul. And that's exhausting too, just in a very different way. I think a lot of the fear comes in the way that we see it. So instead of seeing it as this big pivot, or instead of seeing it as this big restart, right? I don't want you to see it like you're starting from zero. What you're doing is you're incorporating more things into your life and letting go of other things that aren't working, right? You're using your expertise, your experience, your wisdom, and you're redirecting those things towards something that aligns more with who you actually are. So here's what I really need you to hear. You're going to be 50 whether you start today or not. The only question is whether you'll be 50 living your real life or 50 still talking about someday. Your midlife crisis isn't a crisis. It's your soul's last-ditch effort to get your attention before you run out of time to live authentically. Every symptom, the anxiety, the looping thoughts, the Sunday night dread, all of it is urgent and useful intelligence that's trying to redirect you to something better. I know this because I spent years trapped in the wrong life, doing the wrong things on the wrong path, chasing something that I realized was not going to work for me, and paralyzed by the story that I'd wasted too much time. I know what it feels like watching the years tick by while you research and you plan and you think and you make lists and you go over things over and over and over again and wait for the right time that never actually comes. And I know what it feels like on the other side when you finally stop just talking and start moving, right? It can feel scary at first, but it also feels exhilarating when you begin to see momentum and begin to see change occur. That's why I created the Midlife Metamorphosis Method, an approach designed for women who are done with analysis and ready for action. We break through the subconscious programming keeping you stuck. We create a concrete action plan. We address both the mindset and the practical steps for real transformation. So here's my question for you. What will you do about your situation today? Not next week, not when you figured it all out, today. Will you spend another year asking, can I start over at 40? Or will you finally become the woman who did? That discomfort you're feeling is your inner wisdom's urgent message that you're running out of time to live your real life. You already know what needs to change. Will you finally act on what you already know before another year slips away? It's your move, and you don't have to do this alone. So if you're ready to take a first step for yourself and you're looking for support, there are a couple ways you can start. So first off, stay posted for an announcement that I'm going to be making as far as the free New Year's workshop that we're going to be doing very, very soon if you're in the area. So sign up for emails, check me out on this channel for more videos, for more information. And secondly, if you've been stuck in the research and plan cycle for months or even years, I created something specifically for you. It's called the 48-Hour Midlife Momentum Starter, and it's completely free. So this isn't just another planning exercise. This is part of the midlife metamorphosis method. And this is your weekend to finally break through the paralysis. On Saturday, you'll get 3 powerful questions that cut through the mental noise and reveal what you actually want. And on Sunday, you'll get 3 concrete micro actions you'll take today to create real momentum, even if your mind is screaming at you to stop. Plus, you'll get a guide explaining why your subconscious keeps sabotaging you and what actually works to create breakthrough. You'll also get weekday check-ins from me to keep you moving when the fear tries to pull you back. The link is in the description below. So you're going to be 50, 60, whether you start today or not. The only question is, will you be that age living your real life or still stuck, still wondering what if? This weekend, you get to choose. So check it out. Sign up at my site, newworldhypnosis.com. Download the free guide and let's break this cycle together. You don't have to do this alone, and I am here for you. Thank you so much. That's it for me. Again, my name is Keisha Dent. I'm a certified hypnotherapist, and I want to remind you always, in order to change your life, you must first change yourself. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you soon.